Okay, so people are starting coming in. I will wait again a couple of minutes in order to let this participants number raising a bit. In the meantime, I will give you a presentation of myself. I'm Giacomo Benedetti. I'm project manager at Start 4.0, which let's say coordinates the DIG's Digital Innovation Hubs network in the DIGITbrain project. So I will be the moderator of this webinar on the second DIGITbrain Open Call, which is certainly, let me tell, a good news in seriously troubled times. In this last year, we have been facing both the pandemic and the war next door, but it has also been, I wanted to be optimistic, it has also been a year where digital twin technology has gained momentum, even in the manufacturing sector. So let me just tell you that if you are an SME, if those connected up to now and those that are joining us, if you are SMEs looking at ways and opportunities to implement your own digital twin, then this webinar is definitely for you. Okay, we are almost 50 now connected, 50 participants. So if you can see my screen, I will go through the webinar and I switch off my camera because of the poor connection. Okay. So basically, today's agenda is structured in order to give you all the elements to better hit the narrow target of this open call. And I will open the works by providing you with an overview of Cascade funding mechanism and of our open call process. Then Antonio Ortiz, DIGITbrain project coordinator at P&O, will give you an overview of the DIGITbrain project as a whole. We'll go more into technical details with Professor Andres Stork at the Fraunhofer Institute that scientifically coordinates the whole project's implementation in order to highlight which experiments and use cases we seek to finance with this open call and fix, which is most important, some key concepts in your mind. We'll give you a taste of what you can achieve with the DIGITbrain projects, thanks to the witnesses of two SMEs that were right at your place 1 year ago, and that now are leading two experiments that have been selected for funding in the last open call of the DIGITbrain project. I'm talking about the Italian Cosberg and the Hungarian Permet, which I thank for joining us. And finally, we'll have plenty of room for discussion in the Q&A session, within which I will involve also other partners which are in charge of certain aspects pertaining to the project. This is just a recap of the rules for this kind of online event. You're probably already used to after more than 2 years of COVID, but the message is be patient and keep your question for the Q&A session. You can write them in the dedicated panel of this platform, or you can use the dedicated email account that you see here for later doubts. Of course, recording and presentations will be published for download via the Funding Box and the DIGITbrain website. Now, let me start just a word on the European Commission Cascade funding mechanism, which is, in simple terms, well, implies that the funds are cascaded, literally, from the Commission to individual projects funded under Horizon 2020, like DIGITbrain, and then in turn from the projects to successful applicants selected on a light competitive basis. Here you find several benefits for SMEs coming from Cascade funding compared to a traditional H2020 or Horizon Europe call for proposal, which are well known to be highly complex, competitive, and usually not within the reach of SMEs that may not have dedicated business units to address such challenging programs. But what is important is that the application here is much simpler and shortened. I promise to go better in details of each brain point here within this webinar, so don't blame me if I skip to the next slide, because if you struggle finding open call opportunities, here's a few useful links, starting from, of course, our website, which will be constantly updated with our opportunities. You can visit the portal that aggregates all the project opportunities falling within the Innovation for Manufacturing SMEs initiative of the European Commission. And you can even widen your search by visiting the European Commission website on competitive calls. But let's start going deeper in the opportunities that DIGITbrain offers. And I think that last year's experience definitely speaks for us, because the first DIGITbrain Open Call launched in 2021 was a great success, counting a total of 27 proposals submitted by over 50 SMEs like you from all over Europe and beyond. So after an independent evaluation, we selected and triggered 7 new digital twin experiments, bringing, let's say, fresh lifeblood and use cases in a variety of segments of the manufacturing sector at large. I will not go into details, but you can have a clue of this variety just looking at the experiment titles that span definitely from 3D printing of medical devices up to the optimized production of automotive components. And it's significant also that these 7 new experiments are what we call wave 2 experiments. Therefore, those that have been onboarded via the last year's open call. And those of you that may apply and be selected under this second open call will make up wave 3 of experiments. So as you can see, wave 2 experiments unite 19 new partners from Italy, Spain, Hungary, and Turkey, most of which are SMEs just like you. Now, let's see what's in it for you in this second open call. As you can see, the overall budget that can be cascaded at this round is slightly less than 700,000 euros. And since we expect to onboard and co-finance 7 new experiments for wave 3, that means that each proposing consortium shall have a contribution of up to 97,800 euros. But whom this open call is dedicated to, so who can apply? Let's say that the bare minimum for proposing consortia is an aggregation of 2 SMEs or mid-caps, 1 end user and 1 technical partner. So 1 manufacturing company acting as end user who has a problem statement and poses the use case to be executed in the experiment, and then at least 1 other organization acting as a technical partner that basically provides and adapts the software or the models or the algorithms for solving the challenge of the end user, and integrates it, which is important, with DIGITbrain. Then other entities are entitled to join the consortium, of course, if justified to support the above mentioned categories. We can find, for instance, HPC providers that can add computing resources to the experiments, other DIAGs only if constituted as registered companies that can provide any development or engineering service to the experiments. And please be aware that only SMEs and mid-caps are eligible, that the companies shall be established in the countries specified here, and that we very much welcome proposal driven by consortia having features like this, okay, which will be given rewarding points in case of ties during the evaluation process. Here you'll find some of the main points as far as the open call funding structure is concerned, and the ceilings that are going to be applied. Have a look at it, but the presentation is available and everything is specified in the open call document. So I will save your time to give you some example of the experiments that we expect to support, because basically they have to belong to the manufacturing sector at large, but there is a wide variety of possibility and of segments. So Andres Stork will go better into details as far as the expectations are concerned, and I would like to show you the timeline of this second open call that has been launched last week, and that will stay open until the 31st of May this year. After this deadline, so after the 31st of May, the evaluation and selection process, together with the contracting phase, will then take 4 months starting from 1st July. So the signature with the selected beneficiaries are planned for the end of September 2021. The experiments will be then triggered in October 2022, and from there on, they will run for 12 months until September 2023. But let's see what you got to do in this window here to successfully apply. Okay, as you can see, the process is simple and implies that if you have questions regarding administrative aspects or general information on the open call, you can use the centralized email address set on purpose. But at a certain point, each experiment consortium should contact its respective DIH according to the country which they are from. Here you see a picture representing the regional coverage of the DIHs, which is, however, better detailed in the guide for applicants. And let me stress that the sooner you will come to us with a concept of your proposal, then the more support we'll be able to give you, also involving DIGITbrain's technical partners, to be sure your scope fits with the requirements of the DIGITbrain architecture. But before any of these steps, you must become confident with a series of information which are very well explained in a document toolkit with these main elements. Okay, so first of all, the guide for applicants is your main friend, let's say here, and covers from requirements to be met by proposed application experiments up to funding and budgeting rules, including details on proposal evaluation, as well as I said, as the DIH's contacts. Then, of course, the proposal template, you see it is nothing to be worried about. It's only a 10-pager document plus the cover page, and consists of 7 main sections that you can see here to support a well-structured and concise experiment proposal. Okay. Then you have the technical documents that provides more detailed insights to your technical stuff in order to ensure compliance with the implementation stages of the DIGITbrain solution themselves, and other documents that mainly address some recommendations which applies to the financial support to third-party scheme of the European Commission. You can go directly at this link to find and download each of this documents. Of course, to apply, you must register to the dedicated portal that you will find at this link, and which has a very intuitive interface. I can say that the proposal must be attached in PDF. Of course, you can make dummies, upload your proposal several times, or overwriting previous version, but whatever it takes, the submission must be completed by 5 p.m. Brussels time of the 31st of May. If you don't miss this deadline, you will receive an electronic receipt of a successfully submitted application, meaning that your proposal has been accepted for evaluation, not necessarily, of course, for funding. And then finally, before leaving the floor, here it comes an important point, as we want to stress that money is not the only type of support that we provide to the third parties, because 6 DIHs are involved in the project with the precise mission of, let's say, providing help to proposals before the submission, and also, and most importantly, up to technical and business support along with each successful experiment execution. Besides the concrete advantages that the two SMEs which are going to take the floor, our experiences and better than me will be able to stress, this is an overview of the advantages that are here for you if you are successful in applying to this open call. So now I would leave the floor to Antonio Ortiz, who is the project coordinator at P&O Consultants, to give you an overview of the DIGITbrain project as a whole, so a full picture. Okay, Antonio, you should be able to share your screen.
Yes.